Now with our top tips from our speakers here this evening, starting with Rob. So if we're getting started and we're thinking, what are some of the top tips to leave us with?
Well, again, this is more around the sort of design factors that you're looking at when you're building a chatbot or a voice-enabled agent. Again, it's all the things we've been talking about. You know, it needs to be intuitive, understand, it needs to be able to hold a conversation with you over time. I think the big thing too is, and we didn't talk about a lot of it today, is how does it become predictive as well? You know, how does it learn about what you've done previously? Like if I've had an experience with a company, I've called into the contact centre, I've got an issue with my mortgage, or I've been onto the website. How does it get predictive and actually come out to you? Or if you're a Qantas or a Jetstar and your flight's been delayed, why do I have to go and ask and rebook? Why doesn't it come out to me and say, hey, Mr. Schwartz, I booked you on to the next flight, is that okay, type scenario? And for me, it's got to go across multiple channels, because we're going to channel hop depending on what we're doing, and it needs to be able to sort of keep that context within one channel, stop, and then move across to the next channel and continue the conversation.
Great, thank you. Carissa?
Well, obviously, the top tips you said to share who to follow. So
yeah, I always think
there's
that's
a couple I like that I followed. There's a guy called Tobias Google, who's Director of Emerging Tech at Aspect, and he's always, I find that a lot of my new information comes from his Twitter feed. Right. There's voicebot.ai. It's just a website, but they've got some really in-depth podcasts, and so they're not short, unfortunately, but there's some good nuggets in there. And they also have some interesting stats as well. Obviously, a lot of it is US-centric at this point. If you're really in the thick of it, there's a book from O'Reilly about designing voice user interfaces. That's hard going, and you will learn much more than you need to. So unless you're designing one, it's a bit of a hard read. But if you're in the middle of it, that's a good one. Right. And probably the two top tips apart from that is use them yourself. So if you haven't got a smart home device, for example, or if you're not talking regularly to Cortana or Siri, to try and see how it works. That's it's always a really good starting point to get to see what works for you, what's useful for you, will help you come up with what might work for your customers. Oh, the caveat is you're not the customer, so you still need to test and learn with customers because obviously you might have a different background, different mental models, different expectations. Definitely my top tips in getting started.
Thank you. And Nick?
I reckon Larissa nailed it, so I don't have a lot to add, except for the fact that we're dealing with really bleeding edge tech, right? And I think you've got to respect it for what it is, and having some understanding of what's happening underneath the bonnet of your VoiceBot project can really help you diagnose what's wrong with it or to choose the best things to do with it.
Awesome. How generous were these guys with their information?